Hi guys, welcome to Fight Tonight channel. Gervonta Davis vs Garcia. Pick your poison from the standpoint of which matchup would make you the most excited within a star-studded lightweight division that also features the likes of Teofimo Lopez Jr., Devin Haney, George Kambosos Jr. and former Unity champion Vasily Lomachenko, as long as any of the top lightweights square off against one another. Boxing will be in a healthy place in 2022, but the fight to make at 135 pounds that offers the most in the ring excitement just might be the multi-division champion and pay-per-view star Davis against the fellow unbeaten Garcia, who brings a massive social media following with him to each fight. Not only do their styles contrast perfectly with Davis, an efficient counter-puncher, and Garcia, an aggressive stalker with frightening hand speed, both go for a knockout the entire fight. Rare is it in modern boxing for two young stars, backed by rival promoters, to face off while they are this young, with Davis at 27 and Garcia having just turned 23. But the fight would undoubtedly do big business, and it's hard to imagine it not delivering in the ring as well. This one would come down to which gunslinger could land the big one first, and those are the type of fights that create boxing fans for life. Bill Haney, the father, trainer and manager of lightweight Devin Haney, answered questions regarding his son's possible fight against absolute world champion George Kambosos. It is known that Haney is a priority opponent for Cambosos, but George wants to hold the next fight in his homeland, in Australia, and there are very strict anti-bullying rules. Have there been any conversation with Kambosos? Is he still interested in fighting Devin? As he said earlier, with my diligence, I'm certainly trying my best to make this fight a reality. I don't listen to haters. I don't listen to promoter statements about it. I contacted his father Jim, who is a great person who does everything in his power for his son. He worked at a lot of arenas, and as a father to a father, he gave me his word that he would do everything in his power to make the fight with Devin happen. He dispelled all rumors to me that Lomachenko was involved in this case. As far as I know, we are talking only about a fight between Kambosos and Devin. How serious is the option with Australia? Omicron is everywhere. Is the option with Australia still being considering, or are you trying to make this even in the United States? Devin said he was ready to go to Australia to fight for the absolute world champion. It also means that he would even go to Jupiter. We don't know what's out there on Jupiter, but we don't know that Devin is ready to do this fight anyway if necessary. Considering Australia, is Devin ready to get vaccinated to get into this country? I will talk to him about it, because I know that other fighters are in no hurry to get vaccinated. This is slowly changing and more people are getting vaccinated. But what is position and the position of your son? I would like Devin to talk about this topic. I know he will do anything to go to Australia. We are looking forward to it. I am not vaccinated. I can speak publicly about myself, and I want Devin to speak about his position himself. I want. This is what I take into account, and what I will talk about with him. It is unknown whether Haney is vaccinated. If not, then he is unlikely to be able to enter Australia. Ask the best tennis player of our time, Novak Djokovic. Recall that Ukrainian Vasily Lomachenko, who previously stated that he was ready to box with the champion Australia, also claims to fight with Kambosos. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoyed the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then you receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 100 subscribers on my channel. I'm trying very hard absolutely every day, and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You are my support. Thank you so much. Bill Haney, the father, coach and manager of lightweight Devin Haney, believed that his son's last opponent, Joseph Diaz, could have caused big problems to the top of the division, including Ukrainian Vasily Lomachenko. He will give problems to everyone on the list. Lomachenko, Davis, Lopez, Kambosos. In terms of style, the worst fight for him will probably be against Gervonta Davis, because Joseph is going forward, and Gervonta likes it when fighters have to go forward. He will ask Lomachenko, Teofimo and Kambosos problems. He's better than Comey. Teofimo Lopez, the father and coach of the former absolute lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez, claimed that his son could have died after a fight with George Kambosos. We didn't know how serious it was until Teofimo went to the hospital. Doctors gave 15% that he would survive. When I was told this shit, I was in a hotel. My wife went to the hospital because they wouldn't let anyone in there but her. When I was told this, I flew to the hospital and said, "To hell with everything, I have to see my son." I always had a big fight with everyone there and they let me in. I spent 4 days there, just crying and crying. And it's not just that this fight was taken away from us. This guy fought the way he fought. We are not making excuses. Teofimo fought with a broken elbow, but we didn't say anything about it. I mean, my son was fighting with a broken arm when we beat William Silva in the 7th round. You're always not 100% ready, but when you have a hole in your fucking leg and in your throat as you try to restore water balance. My son spent 8 years in the lightweight division. I should have released this belt immediately after the fight with Lomachenko. The absolute lightweight world champion George Kambosos spoke on Joe Rogan's podcast about the WBA. WBO IBF heavyweight title holder Alexander Usyk. As a boxer, he is just space. I was lucky enough to fight in his undercard when I won my right to the belt. He is not really that big of a guy. He's not huge, but his boxing footwork, plus his left hand, that is incredible. In October 31, 2020, Kambosos boxed in London against Lee Shelby. Then he won the title of the official contender for the IBF belt. In the main event of that boxing night, Usyk defeated Derek Chisora. Absolute champion Josh Taylor in an interview spoke about the statement of Teofimo Lopez that he will become an absolute in 2022. Again, he wrote that he wants to become an absolute champion again. Yes, I saw it. But the thing is, he wasn't the absolute champion in the first place, so he will have to try at some point. He's waiting for a long search to achieve this duel. He can only wait and bark. The coach of former world lightweight champion Richard Comey Andre Rozier suggested why Vasily Lomachenko asked to stop the fight after a knockdown in the 7th round. I will put it this way: when someone does something like this, he tries to leave as quickly as possible. I don't think it was bravado on his part, but the facts say that he missed punches in battle. There were moments when Richard hit him, and I saw Lomachenko bend slightly. He thought, "Let me finish the fight before this guy gets hit again." That's it. I think it was a public game. He's like, "Hey, please, let's stop this now, so I don't have to deal with this any longer," Andre Rozier said in an interview. Influential British promoter Eddie Hearn told what fight he would like to organize in 2022. He announced his intention to fight between Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora, as well as between George Kambosos and Devin Haney. There is only one fight in boxing for Devin Haney, and there is only one fight in boxing for George Kambosos. This is a big, indisputable dispute. Who is the absolute champion? I will answer the question like Santa Claus. Oh, George Kambosos is definitely not the undisputed lightweight champion, because Devin Haney is the WBC lightweight champion. No matter how great George Kambosos is, he cannot say that he is the undisputed champion until he challenges and defeats Devin Haney, said Eddie Hearn. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.